Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do quick and simple smoky eyes using your Fierce Face brushes. I'm going to show you how to do the look I have on with high street eyeshadows for a total cost of £7.99 on your eyeshadows, and showing you how, if you have the right brushes, you can achieve a professional look on a budget. So the brushes you're going to need for this, they're all part of the Fierce Face brush set. On the back of the set you see all the brushes that you have in the set. Also with the descriptions of every single brush. But I'm going to talk you through which brushes we are going to be using for this look. So the first brush you're going to need to take out is your pencil brush. As you can see, it's got a very thin pencil-like top. Now the next brush you're going to need is the tapered blending brush. This is very similar to the one you can get at MAC, but obviously these are a lot cheaper. That one's very soft at the top, so you're going to be taking that one as well. So that's your pencil and your tapered blending brush. Now the next one you're going to take is another, I'll show you them both together. This is another tapered blending brush and also the small tapered blending brush. So these are both the black ones with the fluffy ends. That's those two brushes there with the black fluffy ends. One you can see is larger than the other. Now the next brush you're going to take will be the short shader with this little flat fluffy end. This is really great for applying eyeshadow sort of underneath and in the waterline. The next brush you're going to need is your blending brush. Now this is the larger of the two and this is the white one. The next two is the small eyeliner brush and the small angle brush. They're pretty easy to find as well. So once you've got all 7 brushes, you're ready to begin. Now alongside these 7 Fierce Face makeup brushes, I'm going to be using a really well priced eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be using the Sleek Makeup Also Special. I'll show you the colours in this one. This is £7.99 and this is from Boots. You can get this from Superdrug. You can get it from many cosmetic stores. It's got all the colours that we are going to be using today on it. So I'm going to be showing you how to do a really professional, polished, finished look on your eyes with some good brushes and some very, very well priced makeup. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is using the tapered blending brush. Remember, this is the largest one of the 2 black brushes that I showed you before. I'm going to be selecting this colour from the top right hand side of the palette. It's a very matte, it actually looks a lot whiter on there. It's a nice cream colour and it makes a perfect base to begin your makeup with on your eyes. So I'm just going to be putting a small amount of that directly onto the brush, and I'm going to be taking that over the whole lid, just backwards and forwards like that, just to give it a nice base to begin. Now when you've finished that, I'm going to be then taking the small taper blending brush, which is the black one, slightly smaller, and I'm going to be selecting the 3rd colour along, which is just the lighter of the 2 browns. It actually looks darker on there, but it's more of a chocolatey colour. This one's got a cooler tone. So you're taking the one with the warmer tone, which is the 3rd one along on the bottom right. Now this is a really nice brush for blending as well as getting a really good precision. So I'm going to be starting on that outside corner there and taking it just along the socket. Just like that. Just sort of keep applying that on. Over there. You try not to get too much product on the centre, because we're going to add a nice metallic colour that you can see here to give that a pop. So you're just kind of getting it on that outside corner and along that socket there. Now the next thing you're going to take when you think you've got enough of that on is this one. This is a smaller of the two white brushes. This is actually called, I should know this, this is a tapered blending, I thought it was. So this is a tapered blending, and this is goat hair material, so it's really nice and soft. Now I'm going to be taking this mustardy colour here to use as a transition just on and above where you've put that brown there. It gives it a really nice depth in the socket. So just a little bit, you're not using too much, it's more just to give it that nice 3D look. And this is great if you don't really have very defined sockets, so if you're Asian or you've not got a massive amount of depth in your socket, then it's a great thing to do. Now the next thing I'm going to take is the pencil brush, so remember that small pointy white one, and I'm going to take the same colour again, so I'm going to be taking this mustard colour and applying it along the lower line there, just right along the lash line. Again, it just gives it a nice base and a nice. This is Coffee by Mac, and I'm going to take that along the lower waterline. So I usually use my finger just to pull it down slightly, my little finger, and just work that in there. It's a really soft one. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to be taking the short shader, that little flat black one. Sorry, I have to move out the way when I do this because it won't focus on the brush if not. Now I'm going to be taking this black with a little bit of this in as well. So I'm just going to try and get that in there. I'm just going to dab a little bit and a little bit like that. And I'm going to just shake off the excess. Now I'm going to apply that really along my lash line. So the best thing to do, I find, is to just pull out with your finger and really work that into your lash line. This brush is fantastic for this because it's really flat and it's really soft, so you can get that precision in there without totally getting too much. So, and it's nice, it blends as well. I'm going to take the brown again because I do want a little bit more depth in there, so I'm going to take this chocolatey brown straight on the brush like that, and I'm going to work that in the socket like so, just to give it. You'll probably find that you still keep going back and adding bits on, and it's better to do it gradually because it's easier to put it on than it is to take it away. That's your eye shading brush. Sorry I didn't tell you before, but you are going to need that one as well. But if you have the set, you'll already have it. Now I'm going to take this third one along on the top row. Now this is really, really nice. It's a metallic colour. This one here. I'm going to take just a small amount on the brush. And this is really, really nice because it really gives your eyes a pop. I'm going to apply that just on this centre. So the bit that we sort of missed out a little bit, I'm going to apply it onto there. All the way over there. You can also add a little bit of the pink, second one along, because it won't really look that pink on against the backdrop of the browns that we've put on there, and that just gives that little extra metallic pop. I'll put a bit more on there as well, like so. Now the next thing to do is to take your large blending brush. Take your large blending brush, which is this one, and all you're simply going to do with that is go over the whole lot. It's really handy having so many brushes because if you're using the same ones, you're going to go back and sort of contaminate what you've done, and you're going to add more product on, which is not what you want. So this brush for me stays relatively sort of clean, and I just literally use it just to dust over, and it removes any excess and just makes sure that it's nice and blended in. Now I'm actually going to quickly do my brows. I will be doing an extra brow tutorial. With my brows I will be using this is Sleek's Brow Kit. As you can see, mine's had a lot of wear, and you can take whichever one you want. I'm going to take a little bit of the gel and a little bit of the powder, and just using your angle brush, so that, you know, the short kind of triangle one that I should get out. This is great because you just gently, I've actually had my brows tattooed, if you hadn't noticed, so I don't really need to put a lot on, but this angle brush is great for doing your brows because it helps you get precision. So I don't really add a great deal to mine. Now I'm gonna put my lash on, my lash that I've not done, and I will be right back. Now I've put my lashes on, and the last thing I'm going to do is to use the eyeliner brush, thin one, and I'm using Clinique Gel Liner, but you can use any eyeliner really. A gel one would be best. This is from Boots, but you can get any, you can get cheaper ones. And I'm just going to line over where I've put those lashes just to remove any visible join. It just covers that. So I'm just going to gently do it in bits like so. Just along there. If you do make any little errors, you can use the end of the brush just to sort of, I just twist it like that. I'm going to do the other one. Again, like I said before, you can just push that off there. There we go. And the other thing that sometimes I do go over and do is I take the pencil. So I take this one here, and then I can take that mustard colour that we used and go along the bottom just to soften the blend in there. There you have it. I don't know if you can probably, how much of that you can see. So there you go, that's how to do simple beginners smoky eyes. Don't forget to add your mascara. And there we go, and that's using the Fierce Face brush set.